So roughly every 10 years, a new paradigm comes along that changes the way we interact with computers. Well, we don't think it's a secret what that next paradigm is going to be, and we're not alone. Pretty much every major technology company is now investing billions of dollars in the intelligent assistant space, right? This is a race to the single interface for the user. So without further ado, let's meet VIV. Now, a couple of notes. We're talking to pretty much all of the major companies around the world to put VIV on all different types of devices. But today I'm going to show it to you on a phone. It's a pretty rich experience. And the other thing I wanted to note was that Siri's, VIV's audible voice is something we're still working on, so you're not going to hear that today, but it'll certainly be there when the product comes. Was it raining in Seattle 3 Thursdays ago? Right, so great, Weather Underground to the rescue again, but as you can see, VIV has a much stronger understanding when you can teach it and develop the natural language aspects of it, and I'm going to take another even bigger leap to sort of a question that you might not ask actually, but just to show you a little more of the power. Will it be warmer than 70 degrees near the Golden Gate Bridge after 5 p.m. the day after tomorrow? Okay, so this is a pretty sophisticated query. Very few assistants in the world do stuff like this, but this is where VIV can be trained up by developers. So we've got a new technology that we've been working on patenting, and it's a computer science breakthrough called dynamic program generation. So when it understood the intent of the user, it generated this program. So this is software that's writing itself. Now you remember this one a minute ago. Much more sophisticated. Again, in 10 milliseconds, VIV wrote a 44-step program that figured out all of the details around the context of the fact that Golden Gate Bridge is a point of interest and when the day after tomorrow is, connecting all of the services in mind. It's pretty incredible technology. So what I'm going to do now is show you where we put our emphasis on the initial development of this. This is something we call conversational commerce. So the goal here is how easy can you make it to get things done by talking to things, right? So let me give you a few examples. Send Adam $20 for the drinks last night. Okay, our friends from Venmo come up. It knows who Adam is. It knows what it's about. We're going to go ahead and send that. That's it. It's done. Adam's got his money. One sentence, and it's done. Let me continue. Send my mom some flowers for her birthday. Our friends from ProFlowers come up with some beautiful arrangements here, but, well, she is a tulip lover. Let's try that. What about tulips? Great. So some beautiful arrangements here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Knows where my mother lives, seamlessly puts all that together, and we'll go ahead and buy that. And that's it. The flowers are on the way, right? Let's keep going. Get me a nice room in Palm Springs for Labor Day weekend. Our friends at hotels.com come up with some cool options. Okay, I've stayed at the Andreas Hotel before. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. I think a deluxe room would be good. And let's book that. All right, let's do one more. I need a ride for 6 people from my office to Madison Square Garden. All right, so our friends from Uber are going to help us out here. Of course, they know that VIV knows that a car that takes 6 people requires an SUV or an XL. We're going to request the ride. All right, now they're looking. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Robert. I'm going to have to cancel this ride today, but hopefully we get a chance in the future. What I just showed you is just a small slice of where we see the world headed. You could imagine when you've got hundreds and thousands of developers plugging in new services, and you're able to make the efficiencies of using conversational commerce like this. So this is just the beginning. So let's go in and look just quickly at the inside of VIV's brain. What I'm showing you now is a little bit of a walkthrough of the actual capabilities on the inside of VIV today. So these are the actual models that the developers are building into. I'll call this the universe of capabilities that are in there today. And this is just with a few people at our office building these. So we can take a little walk through here. We can say like, we can go look at what the weather person built. So it gives you a sense for how to model something in here, what the models consist of. Let's take a look at another area. I didn't really talk about much about this today, but I'm certainly going to partake in this tonight. So you get a sense for what's in this brain that we call. And this is going to be, you can sort of get a sense of this universe, and this is what the developers will be adding to over time, and you can imagine that with thousands of people entering, the power that this is going to gain.